Modern humans treat the dentist like a mildly annoying inconvenience. Ancient humans treated tooth pain like a survival problem. And honestly, they had good reason to. Because before modern dentistry, a single infected tooth could quietly destroy your sleep, your appetite, your mood, your health, and sometimes kill you. Which makes it very strange to realize that for most of human history, humans were basically negotiating directly with their own teeth. That sounds dramatic until you really imagine it. Tooth pain is different from other pain. You can rest an injured leg, you can avoid using a sore arm, but your mouth is involved in everything. Eating, talking, drinking, sleeping, even breathing on a cold morning. There is no escape from it. Ancient humans understood this very well, and the strange part is, they probably experienced tooth pain constantly, not because they were dirty or ignorant, just because life itself was rough on teeth. Think about what people ate thousands of years ago. Hard bread, dried meat, coarse grains, nuts, plants filled with tiny fibers, food cooked over smoky fires, bread that sometimes literally contained grit and stone dust from grinding grain. Imagine eating something that slowly sands your teeth down over the course of your entire life. Because that actually happened. Archaeologists have found ancient teeth worn almost flat from years of chewing rough food. Not cavities, just erosion. A lifetime of chewing things your modern jaw would file a complaint about. And weirdly, some ancient humans had fewer cavities than modern people, which feels impossible. But before processed sugar took over human civilization, many diets simply weren't coating teeth in sweetness all day long. No soda, no candy, no caramel syrup hidden inside absolutely everything. So in some cases, ancient people had fewer rotten teeth than we do, but that does not mean their mouths were healthy, because worn teeth become sensitive, cracked teeth become infected, and infections in the ancient world were terrifying. Picture trying to eat with an exposed nerve. Every bite becomes a gamble. You start chewing only on one side. Then, eventually that side hurts too. You avoid hard foods, you swallow chunks before they're fully chewed. You begin dreading meals. And there's something especially miserable about dental pain because it follows you into quiet moments. Lying near a fire trying to sleep, walking in cold wind, drinking water, trying not to move your jaw while talking. Imagine waking up every morning already exhausted because your tooth spent the entire night pulsing. Modern people panic when a dentist appointment gets delayed by 2 days. Ancient humans were basically negotiating directly with pain itself. And when a tooth became infected, things could turn ugly fast. The gum swells. The side of the face puffs outward. There's pressure deep inside the jaw. A bitter taste leaks into the mouth. Sometimes blood, sometimes pus. And without antibiotics, an infection inside a tooth could spread into the body. That tiny little thing hurting in your mouth could become deadly, which is one of those facts that suddenly makes modern life feel absurdly luxurious. Today, you walk into a bright, clean room, someone takes an x-ray through your face like a wizard, and a professional calmly explains what's wrong. For most humans who ever lived, the treatment plan was closer to, hopefully you survive this. People tried everything: herbs, alcohol, salt, honey, smoke, oils, strange pastes, and some remedies honestly did help a little. Honey has antibacterial properties. Salt water can soothe inflammation, but other treatments were pure desperation. Some ancient people believed toothaches were caused by tiny worms living inside the tooth. And honestly, if your tooth felt like something was drilling into it from the inside, you might believe that too. People tried smoking the worms out, or burning herbs near the mouth, or stuffing strange mixtures directly into cavities. At a certain level of pain, humans become incredibly open-minded. And maybe the saddest part is that many people simply lived with dental pain for years. Not days. Years. Imagine what that does to your personality. You talk less. You smile less. You become irritable. You avoid eating around people because your breath smells infected. Pain shrinks your world. It slowly turns your attention inward. Even now, a toothache can ruin your mood almost instantly. Now imagine having one while also trying to survive winter, carry water, grow food, or walk miles every day. There were no sick days because your molar had become haunted. And eventually, for many people, there was only one real solution left: pull the tooth, which sounds manageable right up until you remember there was no anesthesia. No gentle dentist office, no reassuring music, no little suction tube making aquarium noises beside your face, just tools, hands, pain. In many places, tooth extraction was done by barber surgeons, meaning the same person shaving beards and cutting hair might also yank a tooth out of your skull. That is an extremely stressful business model. Imagine sitting in a crowded marketplace with half your face swollen while a man reaches toward you with metal tools that absolutely do not look comforting. And here's the horrible part. Teeth do not want to come out. They are anchored into bone. So extractions could become violent. The tooth might crack. The root might stay inside. The gums could tear, and afterwards the wound itself could become infected. There are stories of people tying strings to teeth and attaching them to doors, which sounds funny for exactly 2 seconds. Then you imagine actually sitting there waiting for the slam. And honestly, even successful extractions were terrifying. You taste metal, your whole jaw feels pressure, your body knows something terrible is happening before your brain fully catches up. But this is what's fascinating. People still chose it. Because there is a level of tooth pain where having someone rip a tooth out suddenly starts sounding reasonable, even hopeful. That's hard to understand from modern life. Today, most dental pain comes with the comforting belief that someone can fix it. Ancient humans often didn't have that luxury. Pain was not temporary. Sometimes it simply became part of life. And children experienced this too. That's one of the most uncomfortable things to imagine. A child with a rotting tooth in a world without pediatric dentistry. No cartoon fish on the ceiling, no flavored toothpaste, no tiny treasure chest afterward. Just adults trying their best with whatever knowledge existed. And old age often meant losing teeth entirely, which could quietly become dangerous. Because if chewing becomes difficult in a world without soft processed food everywhere, eating itself becomes harder. A damaged mouth could slowly weaken a person, and still, humans adapted. We always do. People mashed food into softer forms, boiled grains longer, shared remedies, passed down advice, warned each other about bad tooth pullers, and over time, humans slowly started experimenting with actual dental treatment, which led to one of the most horrifying realizations of all. Ancient humans performed dental drilling. Yes, thousands of years ago, people were already trying to drill into damaged teeth without modern anesthetic. Imagine trusting another human enough to let them scrape or drill inside your tooth while fully awake. That requires a level of desperation modern people rarely experience. And somehow, it occasionally worked, which is incredible and deeply upsetting. But maybe that's the whole story of ancient medicine. Human beings looking directly at suffering and stubbornly attempting something, even when the tools were crude, even when the odds were terrible, even when they barely understood what was happening. Because tooth pain feels deeply personal. It's invisible. Someone can sit beside you having a completely normal conversation while privately feeling like lightning is trapped inside their jaw. That was true 5,000 years ago. It's true now. And maybe that's why this topic feels strangely emotional. History usually shows us giant things. Wars, kings, empires. But ordinary human life was also millions of tiny private discomforts. A farmer touching a swollen cheek beside a fire. A traveler chewing carefully on one side of the mouth. A mother trying to sleep through throbbing pain. A child crying because cold water hurts. People built civilizations while quietly dealing with problems that would send most modern humans straight into an emergency appointment. And honestly, modern dentistry starts sounding miraculous when you think about it too long. A person can literally stop your pain. They can numb nerves, remove infection, repair teeth, replace missing teeth, see inside your jaw using light and machines. That would look supernatural to most humans who ever lived. Which almost makes modern dentist offices feel funny. Because we sit there nervously scrolling our phones while surrounded by technology, ancient people would probably mistake for magic. And sure, nobody enjoys hearing a dentist say the phrase, "you might need a root canal." But compared to human history, that sentence is practically comforting. Humans before modern dentistry were not weaker than us. If anything, they were unbelievably resilient. They endured levels of daily pain that modern life rarely asks from people. Not because they wanted to, because survival didn't care whether your tooth hurt. You still had to work, still had to eat, still had to wake up tomorrow, and somewhere tonight while you brush your teeth under warm bathroom lights for 2 minutes and complain about flossing, it's worth remembering something strange. For most of human history, a toothbrush, toothpaste, anesthesia, antibiotics, and a dentist within driving distance would have sounded completely impossible. Like fantasy. Like luxury beyond imagination, and yet now it's ordinary. which might be the strangest part of all. If there's something you've always wondered about, ask Freddy in the comments. Your question might become the next video.